Alright, so I've been seeing people create their own level cap guides, and after watching them, they're really alright, they're okay, but they're really over extrapolated. Like, level cap isn't all that because as a new player in the Cascade, why would you try to go run a solo or try to have like a crazy build? Like, you really don't need all that. So I'm going to give the full Cascade guide. This is not for solo. Solo, it's a bit different, but this is if you play in a squad and your teammates aren't complete bergs. Like, you just have average teammates. This is going to be geared towards actually getting started within the Cascade so you can get to the point where you can run solos, etc. So let's get into it. First off, you're going to need an amp. The amp that I recommend for 100% budget, you can really run a 143 or a 123, okay? Either or works. I ran 123 for a while because I was too lazy. I did over 30 or 40 caps with 123 when I first started. But yeah, 123 or 143 is like the cope. You do need some decent aim. If you can't aim your amp any good, just get a 547 at that point. 547 or a 147 if you can aim. 547 if you just, you know, normal. In quotes, normal. Yeah. And the only arcane you need for amps is Eternal Onslaught. Eradicate is good, but if you really don't want to like level up Cavalero like that and stick an adapter on a 123, just use Eternal Onslaught. It'll give you the killing power. And next off, you want to just level up Matarai for a couple days. Get like a level 2 Contam Wave, level 1 Void Strike. Just get Contam Wave, Void Strike, and Phoenix Talons or whatever. The starting thing to get more amp damage. That is the #1 priority in my opinion. Because with like a 147, you don't need Matarai to kill at cap with like a 547. My fault. You don't need a Matarai to kill at cap with 547. It's like still good to use Matarai. You don't really need the other focus schools unless you're running like a specific build. But really, you can always just perma-slot Matarai. But if you're starting out really you want to get Matarai, just level it up a bit. You don't need it completely max. You really don't. You only need Void Strike, Contam Wave. You don't even need like Distilled Contamination, like the offshoots of those 2 perks. You just need to get as much amp damage as possible. Next, we have the not operator. Next we have the weapon choice. Now, weapon of choice should just be any Incarnon. We just had Dual Toxicist and Torrid on the date of this release video. It was that week. But if you're kind of just hopping in, please get a Furus, a Dual Tox, a Burstin. Those are going to be just really easy to use, really good. Can slot in on almost any build, or you can just slot them in and build around them on any frame. But those 3 will be the big 3. A layer below that, you can run like Prisma, Angstrom, and Sicarus if they're up. Sicarus is very good. Angstrom does require Zadas if you want to make it like crazy, but Sicarus is a pretty, not pretty, it is a good just universal slot. So just get those weapons because you need a Thrax killer. There are non-incarnate Thrax killers, but Occucore is a huge invest compared to something like Burstin or like Dual Tox. Like, Dual Tox doesn't need a Riven. Furus likes a Riven, doesn't really need it. Sicarus does want a Riven, but it's like 20 plat for one. For a trash one, just roll it. And yeah. But if you do want to invest in Occucore, get an Occucore, it's really easy. Magistar is still good. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? So you could just rip Magistar Incarnate if you have it. Arcatitron, you know, anything that just can do multiple things at once. You could run a Za if you have a good Za built in melee mods, but that does require, but that does restrict your frame selection a little bit because you want to build around the Za. But Zaz really can just carry you to level cap. It's kind of like the new Slam, except people don't know about it yet. And by don't know about it is that they don't want to use a Za, to be honest. But moving on from the weapons onto like an actual loadout. Let's just say you're running dual talks on like Zephyr. Because Zephyr is really easy to use. You don't even need a subsume. You could just run raw Zephyr with duration. Get a couple arcanes on there. And you could cap pretty easily. I will throw up a Zephyr build on screen that is literally the cheapest I could have ever made it. And you can level cap with it. I've done Zephyr cap. It's brain dead. If you do manage to die, that's on you. I had no hand in any of this. I don't know you actually at this point if you die on Zephyr or Revenant. But that's really it for weapon frame selection. Let's go over the game mode itself, right? How are you gonna run Cascade, okay? All right, so in this clip, we got a example. Let me turn my mic down. So in this clip, we have an example of me clearing an Exolizer, right? So you hop in the bubble, get all the Void Tears gone, and then you kill the Thrax. What you notice is I'm not actually killing the Thrax ghost, though. That is because you don't need to actually kill the ghosts for the Exolizer to progress, right? Like here, clear the Exo bubbles, or clear the Void Tears, kill the Thrax. And then if you're safe to clear the ghost, you can kill the ghost. I will not get into stuff like sticking and stuff. That's just kind of OD. Honestly, as a first time or two, you'll probably end up defending as well. And I don't really have any clips of defending, but this is really the whole gameplay loop. You go around to these bubbles, clear them with Void Sling, etc., etc., and you kill the Thrax coming out of it. And you do not need to kill the ghosts. You should, especially in a squad. You should. You can get. That's where you get your arcane drops, but in either if you're carrying someone or if you're kind of just like then you don't really need to kill the ghosts. I don't really kill ghosts in in solos because you can revive off ghosts, but I'm not assuming you have last gasp unbound. I didn't go over that in the focus school section, but if you have last gasp unbound, you want to keep some ghosts up just so you can revive off of them because it's an insta revive off of one ghost kill. But yeah. So yeah, killing the ghosts is what drops the arcanes. The arcanes is what gives you money. If it's a fisher, then you're cracking relics too. And that's really it. You kind of just go around the map, killing stuff. To clear exos faster, you want to kill them inside the exo. Or not kill them, you want to stand in the exo and get kills. The enemy does not need to be in the exo. That's really it. Like, less than 10-minute guide to get started. Since you're running in a squad, literally don't worry about rotating. Just clear your exos, rotate late, doesn't really matter. People most likely know what they're doing. If they give you crap for it, then it doesn't really matter. They shouldn't. Yeah. So, awesome sauce. I don't know who to build next.